Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to Foxborough High School Girls Varsity Soccer against North Attleboro. We're home today, and a couple things to go over. So good news is we just recently found out that there is going to be a postseason coming up for the girls, which is great because originally they didn't think there was going to be one. And we just got underway. So myself, Michael McCabe, and Ellen Burke are here again to run through the game. So.
Great news on that playoff, though, Mike.
Yes, for sure. It was, as we said, we weren't quite sure there was going to be one, Ellen. I know it was looking to be a very short season. So now they're if you go to hockomock.sportsblog.com, they have some information there. It says beginning around on or around November 12th. And it's going to be, it kind of outlines it. I won't read through the whole thing because it's a little confusing. But at any rate, there's going to be a postseason. That's great news for all the girls.
Yep. It does say, though, that it's the top two teams in each division, in the Kelly Rex and the Davenport. So, we need to end our season in one of the top two spots. So.
Right, and right now it's a tight race. We have Sharon and Stoughton are down on the bottom of the standings, but then it's between Canton, Oliver Ames, and Foxborough right now, and then it's definitely a tight one because Canton is ahead, Oliver Ames is second, and Foxborough right now is ranked third. It's close. It's very close, and it's going to, as you said, these next four games are going to be. Crucial, and actually, right now Foxborough is playing North Attleboro, which is having a very solid season. Even though they're not in the top three, they've been able to hang in there with all the teams. A couple losses to Canton, 2-0, and 1-0. So they weren't really beat heavily. It's just a couple scores. So we'll see what happens here today. Foxborough's got a lot of pressure right now on the North Attleboro team. They're pushing down. It's going to be an inbounds. It was just a corner kick from Caitlin Wallaker. So it's going to be North Attleboro inbounds on the far side. So just a few minutes into the first quarter, and Foxborough seems to be putting the pressure on North Attleboro right now. Let's see how they hold up. So in goal right now for North Attleboro is Kayla Seavey. And the defense has to clear it out, but Grace Ferguson was right there to meet the ball. Chip shot trying to reach Alyssa Vandenboom, and the North Attleboro defense is able to step in and defend it out. Now it's pushing up to midfield. Kaylee McCabe actually is able to take possession of the ball and push forward, looking for Vandenboom up on the left, and just not quite able to get that ball through.
Almost, though.
Grace Ferguson with a nice deflection toward the goalie. So another thing, Ellen, is that the standings, the stats came out today, and Foxborough has 3 players at the top of, as well as North Attleboro, at the top of the point ranking. So Kayla McCabe is leading the Hawk with 9 goals and 5 assists, and right behind her is Jordan Collins with 6 goals, 5 assists, and Alyssa Vandenboom is there with 3 goals, 2 assists. North Attleboro has Tess Collins. She has 2 goals, 4 assists. Emma Pratt with 4 goals, 2 assists, and Steph McKenna, who was the player of the week last week, with 5 goals and 1 assist. So both teams able to score here, Ellen. So it should be interesting. But as of right now, the whole beginning of this first quarter has been down on the North Attleboro end. Let's see if Foxborough is able to capitalize on all this pressure. So looking to push the ball up, Grace Ferguson in the middle, and it's chipped out by North Attleboro, and Lindsay Resnick's able to push the ball back into the North Attleboro end. Megan Burke is there to receive the rebound and is fighting for the 1v1, and it's going to be an inbounds. Megan Burke's able to hold her ground, and North Attleboro pushed it out of bounds. Megan Burke to Joe Carmen, and going to lose. And we've talked about this a few times, Ellen. If they go before the whistle, the refs make them put it back. So it's obviously a league mandate, and they're being fairly strict about it. So at some point, the girls really have to just wait on it.
Right.
Personally, I don't understand that because you're allowing the other team's defense to set up. In the past, the throw-in was the quicker you could get it, throw it in, retain possession, you capitalized on that possession. Jordan Collins, the far right, looking to turn the corner, and
it's going to be a corner kick.
easily deflected out by North Attleboro, but as you said, it's going to be a Foxborough corner kick. Their corner kicks this year, they definitely did some work on them, Ellen, as we talked about in the first few games, and they seem to be capitalizing more on the corner, and they're getting more pressure from their corner kicks. They do a nice little chip shot in. It's usually either to Caitlin Mollica or McCabe, and then they're able to chip it toward the goal. In this instance, it was pushed out, and now it's going to be a goal kick coming back out. So Foxborough's back again in a 3-flat defense with, it looks like, or no, it's the 4. There's Emma Dahl is on the far side. She was just up forward. So it looks like they're going back to a 4-flat with, it looks like Joe Carmen's playing kind of more to the front while Lindsay Resnick is the stopper, which is kind of what they've seemed to settle in on. They either go 3-flat with a sweep, or they're going to this, what they're doing now, which is basically a diamond-shaped defense. It's becoming very effective, though. So
it is. Last week it worked really well for them.
Absolutely. They've been able to hold off. And for instance, here, Emma Dahl's able to push up behind Caitlin. And so she's able to be there for an outlet pass or for a backup in case the ball's deflected. And then you still have your 3 back, where North Attleboro's only playing a 2-attack front, so not a lot of pressure. North Attleboro with the goal kick coming out. Again, we have 14 minutes left in the quarter, and it's been all Foxborough so far, pushing down on the North Attleboro side. Joe Carmen's there to meet the ball and push it back forward to Alyssa Vandenboom, back to Grace Ferguson. Grace looking for Megan Burke. And this is more the Foxborough soccer we're used to, Ellen. See, Megan Burke was there for a nice outlet pass. She was ready. And once Grace Ferguson saw pressure, she was able to push it back to Megan Burke out of pressure and into a nice outlet pass, and she was able to move it up the sideline. And that's what has been missing in some games. It seems some of the girls are just turning into pressure, and they're trying to go through 2 girls, and it's just not. You're not able to do that. You're going to lose more than you're going to win on those. So nice to see them get back to a little bit of consistency with their play like that. So ball's over to Emma Dahl on the far side.
We talked about that the other day too. You know, the ball's up in the air like that. It's hard to play that ball. Oh, Alyssa with a good chance right there.
Yes, it was a nice shot up from Emma Dahl up to Alyssa Vandenboom, and was just about to get away, but the second defender was able to come in and push it away. So when you're saying when the ball's in the air, were you referring to where they're not able to head it anymore?
Headed it, yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
I know what you mean. Yeah, exactly.
Sorry.
No. I that's what I thought you meant, but I just wanted to clarify, because they hesitate. You know, it's hard for them. Something they've been taught through the years. And then all of a sudden they're told when they can't. It's like the goalie punting over the 50.
Right.
I don't really understand why they can't do that anymore, but you know, it's a rule.
Right.
So you've seen it in a few games where the teams have lost possession because they've gone a yard or 2 over the 50 from a goalie punt. North Attleboro down in Foxborough's end for the first time in the quarter, pushing up. So they're playing a three back set on the defense too. With looks like they're pushing up one of the defenders. So it seems to be a similar style to Foxborough's. Foxborough's been controlling the center of the field so far. Something they struggled with Oliver Ames. But they seem to be controlling it right now today. So hopefully that maintains. So North Attleboro calling a kick on the near side. Let's see. North Attleboro playing aggressive. They're really pushing the defense up now. And so we've got only 2 defenders back, and they're at about the 30 and 40 yard line of Foxborough. So really playing aggressive.
Kaylee with a nice
McCabe
kick out of there.
Trying to deflect the ball out. North Attleboro was able to scoop it and just over the goal for a miss. But the first pressure from North Attleboro this game, but it did give us a little insight into them, Ellen, because you saw how aggressive they were. They only kept 2 players back. You see with Foxborough's offense, you tend to see, and we've talked about this, a lot of the defenders or the defense, they'll hold the defender back. They play a 5-back set, and it minimizes their offense. North Attleboro is looking to match up with Foxborough here. So as they settle in, it will be interesting to see. So we have an inbounds play from North Attleboro on the far side. Grace Ferguson looking to defend with Kaylee McCabe. And looks like Vandenboom playing in the back. Keep it in. Oh, that's Caitlin Wallach, excuse me.
Jordan Carmen with a
Jordan Carmen to McCabe, back in an outlet pass to Emma Dahl, pushing it upfield. So it's get behind the defense, but no blue shirts there to pick it up. So it's going to be a North Attleboro inbounds on the near side.
Off of Ashlyn Cervais.
Yes, Cervais. Ashland's getting back to defend with Kaylee McCabe and Vanden Boom, and Megan Burke playing deep. So just a little chip shot, trying to get it up over the defense. It's really just chipping it around. See, that's what North Attleboro seems to just be right now. They're just keeping hard kicks. There doesn't seem to be a lot of like the passing, Ellen. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And that's why they keep losing possession. So they probably will need to settle down here and start controlling the ball like Foxborough is doing right now, which was just a great pass up to Jordan Collins. Not able to keep control and loses it out of bounds. It's going to be North Attleboro inbounds. But it's nice to see Foxborough setting up their passing lane, setting up the triangles, looking for their teammates for passes. This is something in a few games we haven't really been seeing out of the Warriors as consistently as we usually do.
They're doing a nice job passing.
So just an easy save for Megan Burke, coming up and pushing the ball to Cervais, pushing it to the middle of the field to Grace Ferguson. Grace, very smart, keeps control, takes her time, looks around the field. Great field awareness by Grace Ferguson on that play. Just able to take her time, but looking for that lead pass, but just got too far ahead of Ashlyn and just behind Alyssa Vanden Boom. So the ball's inbounded by North Attleboro.
I think it was
Looks like it's going to be out of bounds. Yeah, number 7 on the defense, Charlotte Moynihan, was not able to quite get there in time. That's a tough one. That's a loss of possession back at their 25-yard line. So now Foxborough is going to have an inbounds at about the 25 of North Attleboro. So Ashlyn Cervais looking inbounds over to Megan Burke with plenty of time. Plenty of time. So now Kaylee McCabe has it in the middle with some room. Caitlin Marg, far side. McCabe looking for Malika. Malika was kind of turned the wrong way, but is able to get back. With her, she's quick. You can see, and that was a great spot to see just how quick and athletic Malika is. She kind of had her body twisted the wrong way, but was able to still get around and get to that ball. North Attleboro was able to defend and push it out of bounds. Looked like number 22, Ari Rice, was there.
That's good. That's a corner kick.
So it's a corner kick for Foxborough, right? So Emma Dahl it's getting called back now.
But it's, we're a very fast team. We've been fast for the past couple of years, and it shows in our forwards, our middies, our D. So
yes, for sure. They definitely have some very fast players, and we have some of the newer girls coming up, like Erin Foley and Resnick, and these girls are matching that speed. So that's going to be
nice
helpful next year. Nice save by Kayla Seavey. In a little bit of traffic too to come out. Just punts it up to about the 45. Picked up by North Attleboro, looking to push through, and Lindsay Resnick there for a quick defend.
Nice play by Resnick.
Lindsay Resnick, a freshman, first year for Varsity, and she has really come on strong. She's become their center defender. They're consistent and playing pretty much the whole game, and she has really shown why. That she just has great field awareness. She's very strong, quick, and just has a great touch with the ball. So she's been a great asset this season, and they have her for 3 more years. So that's a huge spot to fill back there on that center defender.
It is. It's a tough position, and
coming off Yara Fawaz off of Alex Stamatos, 2 very strong center backs, and there was a question going in this year, and looks like they found the answer, which is fantastic. So Kaylee McCabe with the push, trying to go up, looking to push it up to Vanden Boom, but just too many white shirts. So Jordan Carmen was able to get there, chip the ball up. You have Vanden Boom and Collins up top. Vanden Boom looking for possession.
It's what you get with Jordan, though. Jordan Carmen, she's physical, and she is very aggressive. And when she's in that spot, she goes after the ball. Yeah, and it's great. And that's another strength of Resnick as well, where she's able to hold back, and that allows Jordan to play to her strengths, just as you pointed out, Ellen. Right. So it's a great point. So we've got a push on North Attleboro. It's like number 21, Tess Collins. So Ashlyn Cervais with Megan Burke. So Foxborough with a lot of pressure, but just not getting any shots off onto the goalie. So Ashlyn Cervais looking to push up. Ashlyn. She's up left and just got ahead of her. It's going to be a goalie kick coming out, but right idea. If she could get down there, she could have crossed. A lot of blue shirts in the middle.
It's interesting to see they've been playing Vanderboom in kind of a sweep position or a defending midi, and they've got her back up top again.
Right.
I thought she was really doing well in that defending midi position. So, but Grace Ferguson and Kaylee McCabe in the middle is just a great solid combination as well. So I'm sure it makes for tough decisions on the coaches, Alan.
Yes. Yep. It does. But I guess after Alyssa's game the other day, they wanted to be back at that forward spot.
That's true. She had a nice
Nice
hat
shot
trick.
by Grace.
Nice hat trick. Her as well as freshman Erin Foley with 3 goals apiece in the win over Stoughton last week. It's nice to see.
Erin had 2.
2. I'm sorry.
Yeah, Erin, but as a freshman, phenomenal.
I think did she have one called back? Is that what I was thinking? Or maybe I'm just making things up. Who knows?
I don't know.
Just
about
pretend
that.
she did so. So it sounds like I'm talking about the right stuff. Appreciate it. So again, Foxborough maintaining control, but just not getting the pressure on the goalie. We got a couple shots, but nothing solid yet. So Megan Burke, nice pass up the sideline, and just Vanderboom wasn't able to get her foot on the ball, and it's going to be a North Attleboro possession coming in. I think North Attleboro is spreading the field pretty well. I think one of Stoughton's struggles is they didn't really spread the field well. They bunched up quite a bit, and they left for instance right now, if you look at the far side, you have Emma Dahl sliding up, and then in front of her is Caitlin Mollica. Now against Stoughton, those two both would have been wide open. Mollica has a defender out with her. Emma Dahl is going to be left open because you only have one forward out on North Attleboro, but this is where Stoughton really just kind of hurt themselves because they were giving up a lot of open space on the field. So we get a quick push here coming up on North Attleboro. Making her way up the field is number 8, Steph McKenna. And Kaylee McCabe comes in for the defend and is going to be called for a push. So it's going to be at the 40 for North Attleboro, looking to put
I actually
some
think
pressure.
it might have been a trip on JoJo.
Oh, was it?
I believe so.
Apologize. I looked the other way. I looked up and saw her on the ground and saw McCabe coming away.
I think she was coming away so she could get in the right position.
Diamond's there to get it, and she's pushing upfield, loses possession, and it's going to be easily chipped back. So is Lindsay Resnick looking to punch the ball out, and Emma Pratt was there to
Nice play by
deflect
Emma
it.
Dahl.
Emma Dahl pushing up the sideline, looking for Vandenboom, and
Ooh, nice.
it's McCabe and Vandenboom pushing up, and Vandenboom sees
nice.
Ashlyn Cervase open on the left, and North Attleboro's defense was able to step up and push the ball away. So Jordan Carmen looking on the defense. A little push here by North Attleboro.
Good job by Emma Dahl.
So Emma once again up there pushing out. McCabe over to Mollica on the sideline. Mollica pushing it up. And Collins and one of the North Attleboro defenders kind of got tripped up there. So it looks like it's going to be an inbounds for North Attleboro. They haven't called anything yet, Ellen.
So.
Let's see what they say here.
Yeah, it looks like that's...
Yes, they're
that's
going to, but I don't know what maybe there's are they looking for a
I
substitution?
think,
Not sure what the hold-up was, but... So anyway, North Attleboro inbounding the ball. So there's a little combination from North Attleboro looking for a little more passing out of them, control on the ball. So ball's in the middle of the field. McCabe and Ferguson trying to defend, but North Attleboro's able to come away clean with it. And it's going to be a push on North Attleboro. It's going to be Foxborough possession coming off field. Now what we just saw, North Attleboro, when they had it over here on the 40 on, instead of controlled passing to a teammate, they chipped it right into traffic and it was kicked out. Now if you watch Foxborough, see Lindsay Resnick over to Jordan, it's controlled. They're not kicking the ball away. They're not decreasing their odds of losing possession. And so they're able to maintain, get to the 30. And Alyssa Vandenboom had the ball stripped away and pushed downfield. So JoJo Carmen coming up again, and a little help from Ferguson. Grace Ferguson able to keep the ball upfield. Grace Ferguson in the middle. It's just too many white shirts. So in that instance, the ball get ahead of her. You get that pass off. So we have call on JoJo Carmen, as you were saying before, aggressive. She just kind of slammed into Tess Collins on that play. So it's going to be a North Attleboro possession. Now see, North Attleboro, this looks like she's just going to strike it again. See, it's the chip over, Ellen. So this is what I'm talking about now. Foxborough has possession, so it's kind of a wasted possession, in my opinion. There, I think if you control it, You're better off rather than just kind of booting it upfield. But maybe the strategy is they hoping their forwards can sprint ahead. So Grace Ferguson in the middle, and looking for Malika, but just easily picked off by the North Attleboro middies. Handball on Emma Pratt.
It looks like we were going to have some subs, but they've pulled them back since there's only about a minute left.
Under 2 minutes in the quarter here, so. And that's it for the first. So actually, we're rounding up the first quarter. So mostly Foxborough in that one, Ellen. We just kind of Foxborough dominated the play in that entire first quarter. It seemed like toward the end, North Attleboro was starting to get it together. You saw some combinations, and they were through the whole thing. They were able to maintain possession on the field. But Foxborough really just had no pressure on the goalie. So, what are your thoughts on it, Ellen?
I'm actually thinking Morgan really only had to make those couple of saves, and like you had pointed out on just the chip into the box, and it's kind of a wasted play, like you said.
Yeah. So it's yes. So we'll see what but it seemed like they settled down. I think when you're coming in and when you see an offense like Foxborough, Ellen, I think these teams and the girls, they see the names mentioned and things like that, and that can kind of affect them at the beginning. But it did seem like North Attleboro settled in a little bit. They started to do a couple pushes at the end, but then as we talked about with those indirect kicks and just kind of chipping it away, that's an easy fix. You put a player next. You saw down here Megan Burke had one, and she just pushed it over to Cervase, back over to Ferguson, and maintain possession through the field. So Foxborough's been able to control the middle of the field. The only thing we're not doing is getting to the goalie, which has been a struggle. Stoughton, they had a flurry of a few times, but they still weren't quite getting to the goalie like they used to, Ellen.
Right. We're not getting them on net, these shots on net.
Yeah, originally I thought it was because we were seeing 5 defensive backs, and like we did the first few games against Sharon.
Right.
They were playing 5 back, and that obviously causes problems because it's bodies and you can't get through this traffic. But for instance, here you're playing North Attleboro, and they're playing 3 back. It seems like they have a floater. It's hard to tell. Sometimes they're playing a 4 back, but it's probably just reactive play. But Foxborough's still not able to capitalize. So,
and we're spreading the field, so we need to get some open shots in that middle there.
I think to your point earlier, Foxborough is a fast team. They have some fast, strong players, and they really need to focus on that and utilize that. And that comes with the setup up front. They have to create separation from these defenders so they can get the ball and create the opportunities. North Attleboro possession for the second quarter. Looking to push it back. A lot of pressure coming in from Foxborough right away. Jordan Carmen's there to meet the forwards. Easy chip over to Lindsay Resnick. Lindsay, great awareness and control right there. That was just kind of showcase what we had talked about earlier. She just did not panic, was able to get the ball and go around 2 defenders and keep it forward. So Kaylee McCabe in the middle, looking for Malika, and she's going to they're going to. So there was a trip. Kaylee McCabe looked for the breakaway, had Malika on the right, and was looking to put it upfield for her, and they just got tripped up by North Attleboro. So let's see what they do here. Let's see if so it's Joe Carmen. It doesn't look like there's an outlet pass, so I don't know if she's going to just chip it over, Ellen. Just what we had talked about with North Attleboro, and it's just over the net.
Almost.
So
nice try by Jordan.
When you do that, it's a 50-50 chance. So Foxborough was able to come away with it, but not capitalize.
Nice try, though.
If you notice it was a nice try, and it was good work through traffic. But if you notice in the near side, Ellen, we had some opening over here, and if it had been pushed over, it could have created some opportunity. So a little bit of traffic at the middle. Jordan Collins looking to sprint up with Malika, and she's tripped up at about the 25. So
we're closer this time.
But it looked like Collins was set up looking for Malika up the right, and it looked like it could have been an opportunity there. So it looks like Carmen's going to kick it again. He's going to try to chip it over into traffic, where Collins is there and Ferguson, and North Attleboro is able to come away with it this time. So Lindsay Resnick chipping it over to Megan Burke on the far side. Has a little bit of room. Megan Burke looking to push it upfield to Ashlyn Cervais. Ball coming back. And Megan Burke controlling it inside. And North Attleboro's able to chip it up forward. So Jordan Carmen chasing into the corner with the North Attleboro player on her heels, and it's going to be a goal kick coming out. Morgan Sylvester with the goal kick. Meeting Kaylee McCabe in the middle of the field. McCabe with 2 North Attleboro players on her, able to chip the ball over to Vandenboom and over to Cervais, up to Collins. Let's see if Collins using her speed. Collins got some room here. This is great. Molliker on the right. See if she,
nice.
Oh, great pass. Fantastic pass to Vandenboom.
Oh.
Vandenboom looking for the give and go.
Almost.
And it looked like one of the players got in front of Collins, but that was great heads up play by Jordan. Jordan coming down the side, sees she has Molliker and Vandenboom and was able to chip it over to Alyssa. Alyssa looking to go back to Jordan and just wasn't able to get it there. So, but great opportunity. That's more what we're used to seeing, Ellen, on that. I think if Vandenboom had maybe taken a shot on that, I think she might have had it, but looking for the pass too is nothing wrong with that. So Ashlyn Cervais on the far side pushing the ball up. We got Vandenboom on the side, McCabe, Collins, and Molliker all pushing, and Vandenboom looking for the shot. Great save
try.
by Seavey, by Kayla Seavey. That was a great save. Good opportunity. We had three forwards there. Well, 2 middies and a forward there, ready for the rebounds. Starting to see some pressure now. Now they're starting to get to the goalie. This is what we talked about. They weren't quite doing so. Jordan Collins looking for the ball, tripping up, and it's going to be a call on Collins. It looked like a little frustration might have been in there because it did look like Collins got tripped up, pushed when she thought she had a breakaway. So it's going to be
there was a lot going on in there.
It was definitely some contact before and after on both ways. So actually, Collins is one of those players. She's so skilled and she's just such a nose for the goal. They really have to play her physical. Teams have played her physical all year as well as last year, and they certainly don't make it easy. But Collins still manages to get her opportunities, and that just
nice job by Alyssa Vandenboom. Oh, I guess it was out.
It was out of bounds, but Collins, great heads up, trying to save the ball and get it back to Vandenboom.
Yep. It's nice hustle.
If they keep this up, though, Ellen, the opportunities are going to start progressing. You're starting to see it now. Molliker was staying far on the far post. She was ready for any crossovers. You had Ferguson and McCabe coming up from behind for some outlet passes, potential shots. Collins playing up the middle, going back to Vandenboom. So you have McCabe with the breakaway, looking for Vandenboom on the far side.
Oh.
Takes a shot, and it's going to be a corner kick. So actually a nice low shot to the outside corner. That was great save by Kayla Seavey.
It was. She's doing a nice job in there.
She is. She was nice diving with the right hand, was able to deflect it. Now, let's see that again. So McCabe gets the ball, controls it, brings it in through traffic, was able to get the left-footed shot off. Great angle for the corner, and just a diving save by North Attleboro Seavey. That was great defensive play.
So Alyssa Vandenboom comes out, and Caroline Rangione, number 12, comes in and forward.
Let's see. Oh, there it is. Jordan Collins is able to deflect it in for the goal off the corner kick. Fantastic play. Great heads up.
And I think
so that was a great way to capitalize on the corner kick, and that's exactly what we've been talking about. They changed it up this year, and they're able to they've been converting a lot more. So here we go. Kaylee McCabe over to Cervais. Cervais chips it, and Collins is just able to get her foot out and redirect it into the goal.
Gorgeous.
So that was fantastic. 1-0 Foxborough in the second quarter. Great heads up. They're just they seem like they're starting to click a little up front, Ellen. The thing we've talked about, that they seem to have been struggling. They seem to have figured something out. And as you said, Rangione now in for Vandenboom. Rangione's been having a great season, so let's see how she's able to play up there. She's shown some great footwork, skill, and control, and some toughness. So it'd be good to see what she can get done up there. She can keep this ball rolling, as they say. So an inbounds, North Attleboro looking to get down toward Foxborough goal. Cervais there to defend, and it's going to be Foxborough ball coming out.
Yeah. Goalie kick. Oh, no, I guess. going to be a kick in there.
It's going to be an inbounds. So to Rongioni up front. Rongioni looking to cross over for McCabe or Ferguson, but defended by Lily Adams of North Attleboro.
And they're saying it was out of bounds, I guess.
So it's going to be an inbounds.
For North.
Lindsay Resnick with the defend. Out to the middle, and Malika there to push it forward. So we now have Collins, 1-on-1, and great defensive play by Jordan Sullivan, able to control and shield it with her body. That was great. It's not easy against a player like Collins, who is fast and aggressive. So we got Cervais on the far side, pushing up. She's got some room. She's got Rongioni pushing in front of her. She has an outlet pass looking for Meg Burke if needed. To the middle for Grace Ferguson. Grace looking to clear it over to Emma Dahl, pushing it up to Caitlin Molliker on the side. Two defenders trying to get it over to Jordan Collins. Molliker being pushed into the corner, and it's going to be a North Attleboro ball coming out.
It's too bad. There was some nice passing to get it down to.
Just wait. He hesitated a little too long. Needed to just able to allow one more North Attleboro player to come over and break that up. Jordan Collins rushing in to try to steal that possession with great play. They really.
Oh,
it's going to be.
She was out of bounds. I'm not really sure about that, but.
Okay, so now it's going to be a Foxborough inbounds on the near side, down in the corner. So we have Malika with Collins and Emma Dahl down there. Jordan Collins getting to the far corner, crossing the ball, and Rongioni gets her foot on it, and it is just over the goal.
That was nice.
Another great opportunity.
It was.
Starting to see the pressure now. We have 11 and a half minutes in the half here. Foxborough's really starting to apply pressure on that North Attleboro defensive goalie. So we have Grace Ferguson in the middle fighting for possession. Jordan Carmen's there to meet and get the rebound on the ball. Ferguson coming up. And ball over to McCabe, looking for Cervais on the far side. Great soft touch over. And McCabe in the middle, looking to cross over, tried to get it up to Collins, and just two defenders came through and were able to grab it. So Grace Ferguson matching the run here with North Attleboro, letting Emma Dahl come in to take over, and back to the middle. Foxborough regains possession. Caitlin Malika come in the middle, and Lily Adams was able to come and break up the play. So Grace Ferguson in the middle, nice soft touch to Rongioni. Rongioni looking for McCabe. McCabe's able to turn, pushing it over to Cervais, but just got too far ahead.
Right idea, though.
So JoJo Carmen coming up, meeting the ball. It's going to be a handball on number 9 for Carolyn Ferrin on North Attleboro. It's going to be an inbounds. Indirect kick, excuse me. And Fox, we're doing the same thing here. So it's with the chipping the indirects, Ellen. Like we've said, I like to see it more controlled. Foxborough was doing that earlier. Now they just seem to be doing exactly as North Attleboro would. They're just chipping it in and hoping a blue shirt comes out with it. So McCabe in there, a couple of rebounds, trying to push it up to Rongioni on the far left, and Collins in the middle, ready for a cross, and Caitlin Mall come up from behind. So it's going to be inbounds on the far side, and we have quick substitutions coming through. Looks like Lauren Miley coming in. It's going to be for Grace Ferguson in the center mid. And
I appreciate Lauren having to wear a knee brace so that we can figure out who it is coming in, because a lot of them look alike.
They sure do. The long pony in the back.
Yeah.
So Lauren Miley, who's obviously had a knee issue, but is really starting to come along. She's a very smart heads-up player, so be another asset for Foxborough going forward. So Rongioni up there looking to push the pressure and just chips it out. Goes out of bounds on the baseline. It's going to be North Attleboro kick coming out.
I think Lauren Miley was out all year last year with either an MCL or an ACL. I'm not sure which.
I believe you're right, and she's been able to step in and start. She's earning more and more minutes each week, so it's great to see. She's a tough player, and she works hard. So ball's down the side. Lindsay Resnick's there to break it up. Steph McKenna looking to fight for possession, and it's going to be coming back out Foxborough's ball. Good
physical job by Lindsay.
It's going to be a push on McKenna. So coming out on the 20-yard line. And chipping it up Collins trying to just get her foot on it. It had an awkward bounce. Maintain possession. Miley has it in the middle, pushing it over to Cervase on the far side. Cervase looking for Collins up top. Collins able to get the ball and met by North Attleboro's Katie Manning, who's able to break it up.
They're saying a goal kick here.
It's going to be a goal kick coming out. Jordan Collins off her foot.
That was a good job, though, and I know Grace works really well with Kaylee, but Kaylee deferred to Lauren on that one, and, that way they're not both fighting for the ball.
Right, and I think Lauren she's definitely shown to have that. She's a team player, and she plays off the other players, and she's been doing that. So right here, she's looking back for Emma Dow. She's got that center mid position's a difficult position, Ellen. There's so much traffic, there's so much going on. And to have Lauren Mize able to come in and really see the field well,
right,
and play versatile, whether she needs to be aggressive, defensive. The ball coming up, McCabe in the middle, and trying to push it over to Cervase on the far side. Gets a nice through ball to Cervase, and so number 7, Charlotte Moynihan, was able to defend the ball. That was a great through ball over to Cervase, and just couldn't get her foot on it before number 7 came through and was able to push it away.
Yeah, that all started with Caitlin Malika fighting for that ball on
Cervase chipping it over. Speaking of, Caitlin Malika on the far post, looking to keep that ball alive, and does. Oh no, it's going to be out of bounds.
No, but it'll be a corner kick.
But great effort. Is it? They're calling corner? No, it's a goal kick. They were calling for a goal. Yeah, no, Malika almost got to it in time. Great effort on her part, though. Half a step. If she was a half a step ahead, I think she would have kept that in bounds. Though.
Right.
It's going to be a North Attleboro goal kick coming out. So it's 1-0. Just under 6.5 to play here in this match. First, North Attleboro.
Nice job by JoJo.
In the middle, JoJo coming up to meet, and Lauren Miley fighting for possession. So number 17, Brooke Sullivan, she was able to kind of stand in there, but she called for the push. Lauren Miley held her ground, and now Foxborough has possession. So we have Emma Dahl, who's going to chip it back to JoJo, and just chipping it up again up into the middle here. So let's see if we're able to capitalize. Jordan Collins trying to get through, just too many white shirts.
That'll be a corner kick.
You're right, that is a corner kick. We have the substitutions coming in. So we have,
Kylie
looks like
O'Keefe.
Reagan Buckley and Kylie O'Keefe coming in for Ashlyn Cervase, and who's coming off for Foxborough, and Caitlin Malika. So so we get Kylie O'Keefe. She was playing some defense, and they've been putting her more at that midi wing. Kylie's another tough, aggressive player, so she's having a great season when she's getting her minutes.
Another corner kick.
So we look at the corner coming in. Foxborough corner on the near side. It's going to be Miley and McCabe taking it. And we've got Collins.
A little bit further down.
Collins standing right in front of the net. And we've got Caroline Rongione and Reagan Buckley there as well. So ball chipping it over.
Cross.
And coming up is Megan Burke looking for the chip. Right idea. Right idea. It's going to be North Attleboro goal kick coming out on the near side. I'm always torn, Ellen, with these goal kicks when you allow a defender to take it and not the goalie. I guess when you have the defender taking it, then that doesn't leave the goal open. Jordan Collins looking on the far right. Trying to cross, controlling.
Nice move.
And looking to cross up the middle. Burke going to have another opportunity here. Jordan Carmen looking to push it up again. Foxborough with another pressure. And there's going to be a push on North Attleboro. That was, that girl, she came in a little hard, number 20. Emma Pratt. Lifted the arm.
Yep. I don't know, Mike, do you follow Barstool?
No, not like I used to.
Well, they posted this incident.
Probably one of the last things I thought you'd ask me today, but continue.
they posted an incident in a European League game, and this one player grazed another player's throat, and the man proceeded to have to get taken off on a stretcher.
They still,
I don't know if you saw that.
Yeah, I have seen that. That's been played before.
Oh, has it? I never
think
saw
so.
it
Yeah,
before.
there's also another one. There's a female player in the women's league overseas as well, and she'll pull on the girls' ponytails. They've cut her off ball, elbowing in the ribs, all that.
Right.
Entertaining stuff.
So
Lindsay
Lauren
Resnick
passes
pushing
it back, to Lindsay.
So Lauren
It's
Miley's
JoJo.
chipped up to Collins. Collins pushing the ball through to Rongioni.
Yep.
And Attleboro's been clogging up the middle here with their three defenders. It's one of the mids has been coming back. So Megan Burke with the chip from 25. Great shot. It's 1-0. Just about 2 minutes left in the half. And Foxborough, just been mostly Foxborough. They've gone back to the pressure. Morgan Sylvester's seeing very little action. Foxborough's maintained possession most of this half up front. And as I'm saying that, I note that I was getting a little push, but there's not a lot of white shirts here to maintain this forward momentum and pressure. So the ball is able to get by Amidala. Amidala's chasing it out, and she's got some good spacing between her and Brooke Sullivan. So easily defended. Nice job,
Nice
Emma.
move, yep.
And shooting out to the middle of the field. Foxborough's going to clear this ball out.
Yep.
Taking a little too long back here, holding it up. So McCabe's on a breakaway. She's got some space, and she's got Collins up front with Rongioni. And ball's able to just get away. And number 5, Summer Doherty, was able to come up and just chip it back in.
The ball, I don't know if you're seeing it. The ball just it's taking some weird bounces.
Hadn't noticed. We'll keep an eye, though. So it looks like going to be a push on number 23, Siobhan Weir. Pushed Kylie O'Keefe. He fell to the ground, so now it's going to be Foxborough at the 45. Joe Carmen's going to be taking the indirect. Everyone's lined up on the 20, chipping it over, and easy save for Kaylee Seavey. Chipping it out.
Kaylee McCabe getting herself in the right spot, though.
And North Attleboro pushing up. It was easy save for Morgan Sylvester, just kind of rolled to her. So Lauren Miley meets the punt in the middle of the field, tries to push it forward. A little bit of ping pong going on here. And good heads up play by Steph McKenna. Chip it over to Brooke Sullivan of North Attleboro.
Under 2 minutes at this point.
So, yes, yep. That we're winding down the first half now. Ball on the far side. North Attleboro with a little bit of push, getting over the half, but not really able to move the ball very far. Now Foxborough's retaining possession, trying to push it up. So Reagan Buckley looking for the far left, but nobody quite really there. It's probably just going to wind down the rest of the time here, Ellen. So it's going to be an inbounds on the far side for Foxborough. Kaylee McCabe up top, Kylie O'Keefe near side. Jordan Collins now with possession on the far side with Caroline Rongioni, and 2 defenders on Collins in the far corner, and they were able to get in between her and the ball. And that is probably going to wrap it up for the half. That is wrapping it up for the half, Ellen. So far, Ellen, it's been mostly Foxborough. It's surprisingly, it's only 1-0. Foxborough's really maintained possession and controlled the flow of most of this game. But North Attleboro, they spread the field very well. They don't back off and they're aggressive. I think that's part of what's been holding Foxborough back from capitalizing on a lot of this pressure and forward opportunity.
Yeah, and they had a couple of pushes at the end here. The last 4 or so minutes, they spent a little time in our end. So
that's for sure. But again, no real shots on net. They're not really. Very little activity in the goalie box down the Foxborough end so far. So let's see if with the what the North Attleboro coach is able to do at the half here. We did start to see Foxborough really putting together some good combinations up the top, starting to create more opportunities. A couple quick substitutions, and they were still maintaining that. They just weren't getting the shots off quite like they did. But if they're able to maintain that pressure, I think we'll see some more goals coming up in the second half, Ellen.
I think you're right. They're doing a nice job.
Okay, so we're going to take a quick break here for the half, and we appreciate everyone tuning in. Look to see what the second half brings. We're going to leave at a 1-0 Foxborough lead against North Attleboro. About 8 minutes more will be in the second half, and we'll check back in then. Thank you. Hi everybody, and welcome back to Foxborough Girls Varsity Soccer. We have the second half kicking off here against North Attleboro, home game Foxborough, Sam Burns Field, and just missing the ball at center field, so we're just waiting on the ball to get placed in. So it's going to be Foxborough possession to start the second half, and let's see where we go from here, Ellen. A lot of good pressure from Foxborough, just not able to find the back of the net just yet. So it's a 1-0 game, Foxborough, on a Jordan Collins goal. I believe it was an assist on a corner kick by Ashlyn Cervase. So let's see what we're able to do here. So it looks like they're back with the same lineup here on defense. Emma Dahl, Lindsay Resnick, Joe Carmen, and Megan Burke on the far side, on the near side rather. Megan Burke over to Cervase, chipping it toward the middle here, where Kaylee McCabe jumps up to meet it, and it's coming back. So Megan Burke, good job trapping the ball. A little battle going on here with Steph McKenna. Ball's been pushed up. Jordan Collins on the near side, trying to push, and
it's off north.
Number 7, Charlotte Moynihan, came in trying to save the ball and actually chipped it out. So a little luck opportunity for Foxborough. Jordan Collins on the near side. She's looking across the ball. Great. Looking for McCabe in the middle. Right idea. Just North Attleboro. One of the North Attleboro defenders was there to get in between. Looked like Katie Manning.
Almost, though.
But it was just a great move. Right idea. Chipping it into that center spot. Looks like we got Vandenboom's back up top. McCabe and Ferguson back in the middle. Malika on the far side. And Cervase on the near side. It's going to be a Foxborough inbounds at about the 40-yard line. And we had a goalie change. Looks like Kayla Seavey for North Attleboro has been subbed out by Maddie Ferrin. So Foxborough, Megan Burke pushing right up the sideline, Ashlyn Cervase. Cervase looking for Collins in the middle. Collins over to McCabe in the center. McCabe with a lot of traffic, trying to get it back to Collins, just wasn't quite able to get around. There were 3 white shirts right on her. So it looks like North Attleboro was really starting to clog up that middle, Ellen. If you look in the middle here, there's 5. All the middies are clumping up in the middle, and really creating a lot of traffic up there, and definitely making some problems for Foxborough. They're not able to push through and get those shots off. So Foxborough with an inbounds on the far side. Caitlin Malika is going to be bringing the ball in. Check that. Emma Dahl over to Caitlin Malika. Caitlin Malika looking for Vandenboom up front. And Emma Dahl's out there for the outlet defending. So she was able to keep the ball forward, maintain the possession. It's going to be an inbounds now on the about 5-yard line, 5-10-yard line on North Attleboro side. This could be an opportunity here for Foxborough. So we're going to have Emma Dahl once again inbounding to Malika. We got Collins and Ferguson in the middle, Vanderboom on the far side, Ashlyn Cervase on the back post, and McCabe up in the middle. And Malika actually kicks it right into a North Attleboro defender, so we're going to maintain possession and inbounds. So Malika going down to the corner, looking to cross it over to Vandenboom, and chipped out. McCabe able to get the ball back and push it forward, pushing it over to Malika. And it's going to be off of Malika, out of bounds on the far side, coming in for North Attleboro. So North Attleboro with the easy inbound, and they're chipping upfield, and Malika's there to meet the ball and push it into Collins in the middle. And Collins looked like she was looking to chip it over to McCabe in the middle, and just it had an awkward bounce. So she wasn't able to quite get her left foot on it. So now it's going to be inbounds for Foxborough on the far side, Emma Dahl.
That was off of Steph McKenna.
And it's going to be Foxborough inbounds again. So Steph McKenna, as you mentioned there, she just kicked it out of bounds. So Emma Dahl chipping it upfield. Jordan Collins looking for a breakaway and was met by a North Attleboro defender. Just put themselves between Collins and the ball. So McCabe up the middle, looking for a little daylight. McCabe actually is able to squirt through and takes a shot. And Maddie Ferrin with the save. Bobbled it a little bit at her feet, but was able to gain control and just chip it out. But McCabe was able to get around one defender and get off a nice direct shot.
Nice
ball coming up.
Hard shot there.
Ashlyn Cervais looking to Megan Burke there for the outlet. Able to chip it up to Malika on the far side. Malika not quite able to get control before the North Attleboro defender was there. Emma Dahl sweeping in to grab the ball and push it upfield. Met by North Attleboro, kicked it out of bounds. It's going to be Foxborough on the far side coming in.
Good pressure by Emma Dahl there.
It was a great heads-up move. You're right. Kayla Malika not able to. The ball was bouncing awkwardly. Wasn't able to grab it, and Emma Dahl just kind of swept right up, grabbed possession, and pushed it upfield.
Emma showing her speed.
So we get Kayla Malika pushing up to Jordan Collins on the far side. Jordan physically trying to push through the defenders, able to get through two. Gets caught on the baseline, tries to cross the ball. Cervais looking to get her foot up. Megan Burke sweeping up from defense, trying to keep the ball in. Great effort, just not quite able to get there. She had one more step and she would have been able to maintain that Foxborough possession upfield. It's going to be an inbounds for North Attleboro.
She only had my
Vanderboom sweeping in, and North Attleboro just chipped the ball. Number 2, Lily Adams, just went awkwardly off her foot, and now it's going to be Foxborough ball inbounding at the North Attleboro 10. Right, Cervais to Ferguson in the middle. Ferguson looking to scoop a shot. Good opportunity. It was, if you could see from the angle, she had it, and Maddie Ferrin was able to swoop in and just deflect the ball out. So goalie chip up the field, and it's going to first time down toward Foxborough's end here in a little while. Megan Burke racing down for the defense against Lily Adams. It's going to be North Attleboro possession coming in inbounds on the near side. So North Attleboro is really pushing up, keeping 2 defenders back at the midfield with Jordan Collins. And
Kayla McCabe right there to push it out.
To chip it out. So it's going to be inbounding by Charlotte Monahan of North Attleboro over to Lily Adams. And going to chip it up, looking for the middle of the field. And it's going to be Foxborough grabbing the rebound. Emma Dahl looking to push the ball over to Caitlin Malika on the far side. And North Attleboro able to scoop it away. North Attleboro looking to push to the middle of the field. Grace Ferguson there to meet North Attleboro. Ashlyn Cervais able to chip the ball back into the North Attleboro end to Jordan Collins. Jordan Collins able to get up, push the ball forward, and Katie Manning and Jordan Sullivan are both there to defend. What they seem to be doing is they're just getting their body between the ball and Jordan.
Nice move by Kayla McCabe there. She's able to box out her defender, number 11, Clara Guarino. Giuliano, thank you.
Yeah, that's my sister's last name. So
there you go. Your parents named her Giuliano?
After she got married. So Lindsay Resnick pushing the ball up. Grace Ferguson, 2 defenders, Megan Burke there for the rebound and pushed upfield to Vandenboom. Ferguson in the middle, over to Cervais on the left with some space. Jordan Collins in the middle, chipping it over to Vandenboom. Vandenboom looking for Ferguson and just not enough on the pass. Now Ferguson's got a lot of traffic here. She's looking to push. She pushed it over to McCabe, who has a little room, looking for Collins, and Collins was just turned away. So it was another save for Maddie Ferrin, able to push the ball upfield here. So Lindsay Resnick kicking the ball on the bounce, and Jordan Collins, it's going to be Caitlin Malika sweeping in, and Summer Doherty's able to chip the ball away. We're on the far side. Collins is on the ground. It's going to be a push on, they're going to call it on Collins. It's going to be North Attleboro indirect at about the 15. She's got Megan Burke playing deep. Jordan Carmen the middle. Excuse me, Megan Burke on the near side. Lindsay Resnick playing deep with Jordan Carmen in the middle, and Emma Dahl far side pushing the ball up to Malika. Kayla Malika looking for Collins in the middle. Collins, nice, great job. She sees Ferguson wide open. Ferguson's got a little room. She's pushing it up to Vandenboom. Vandenboom's looking to beat her player and looking for the score. Great job by Vandenboom on that one. Good control. Left foot just wide of the goal, but it was a great opportunity, great move. So that all started with Collins on the far side, pushing over to Ferguson in the middle. She was able to see that Ferguson was wide open. Ferguson moves up, is able to see Vandenboom and gets it over to her.
So Erin Foley's coming in for Alyssa Vandenboom.
So we have Erin Foley, who had a great game against Stoughton as well. She's going to be, she's a freshman.
We have 2 really good freshmen this year. So,
and that's, I think if you see that, history kind of dictates, Ellen, that if you do have to, especially here we have Resnick and Foley, and they really have come in and contributed. If you do that consistently each year, that seems to be Foxborough's kind of motif. That's what they do every year. Like you had Burke and McCabe came up. You had I forget, Collins and Malika their year. So if they can do that, and then the other players are able to move up after a year or so, it keeps the team strong. So
right.
Ferguson pushing up. See Cervase on the near side. Cervase chipping it over, looking to do a through ball over to Foley, but Foley was just kind of bottled up with a couple of the North Attleboro players. So it's going to be Foxborough inbounding at about their North Attleboro's 30. Well, Ashland's going to move it up to the 20 and create an extra opportunity, so good for her. So it's over to Ferguson, to Foley, and it's going to be inbounds for Foxborough again at about the 25. So Megan Burke's going to take over, which is a good move because Cervase should be upfield.
Right. Yep.
So that's, you have an extra body up there toward the forward. So good heads up by Megan Burke to call for that. So Lindsay Resnick in the middle again, looking for Emma Dahl, but Emma didn't realize the ball was going to be coming back to her. So Steph McKenna chasing it down with Malika. Malika back to Dahl. Dahl over to Malika. Great job with the two of them working off each other to frustrate McKenna. McKenna just trying to work back and forth. So we have about 9 minutes left in the third quarter here. We get a substitution for North Attleboro, so Lily Adams will be coming off, and it looks like for Braden Rice. Yes, Braden Rice, number 6. So we have Lindsay Resnick clearing the ball up from the Foxborough side. Ball is met by North Attleboro player up the middle, and then over to Steph McKenna. So a little push here by North Attleboro. McKenna and Resnick chasing the ball down, and Resnick just shields the ball from McKenna and allows it to go out of bounds. It's going to be a Foxborough goal kick coming in.
Looks like they might have a few family crossovers here with the Rices and Farrens.
I didn't even notice that. Ari Rice, number 22, Rice.
I don't know if they're all related, if the Rices are related and the Farrens are related, but it could be a family thing.
If you say something with enough conviction, people will believe you, Alan. So just
this is what I do. This is what I do.
Good heads up play by Tess Collins. Jordan Carmen just did not see Tess Collins coming up behind her, and she was able to scoop the ball out. It's going to be a call against Lindsay Resnick at about the 30. She knocked over a North Attleboro player, so it's going to be an indirect for North Attleboro at the 30-yard line.
Yeah, Foxborough really needs to watch
moving
that.
Moving it back to the 35.
You can't be sloppy.
Yes,
with
correct.
Those. You have to go after the ball.
Well, it's a field awareness too. You need to just kind of pay attention to.
Nice job by JoJo and Kaylee McCabe.
And there was we said it a few times, not to be a dead horse, but you saw McCabe go up to head the ball and just try to stop herself in the air.
Right.
So we're going to on the far side. Malika inboundsing, looking for. I think she was looking for Foley, but North Attleboro player was able to get in. Now they're pushing it back. She's looking for Dahl over to Ferguson, and they've stopped it. It's going to be. Going to make him redo it.
Not really sure what the problem
was with
either,
that. But there seems to be quite a bit of that this year with these inbounds. Right. It's new to everybody, so everyone's just patience and don't get frustrated with it. So McCabe over to Burke looking for the outlet pass. Good job by Megan Burke to be ready for that outlet pass with some space there on the field. Cervase chipping it over up front, and Jordan Collins racing in. But Maddie Farron was able to slide in and get the save. So nice job by Maddie Farron on the save there. And good heads up for Jordan Collins chasing it in. Sometimes that can just do enough to just throw a goalie off, maybe make them bobble the ball on.
Right.
So North Attleboro with the push up here on the far side. They get past Emma Dahl, and Lindsay Resnick is there to sweep over. And
Good job
just
letting
follow
it
the
just
ball
go
out of
out.
bounds. Yes,
Yep.
it's going to be an inbounds for Morgan Sylvester. Will take the goal kick. So we have another substitution for North Attleboro. McKenna and Adams will be coming out, and looks like we have Allison Scott, and I can't see the number on who came in.
Sorry, Mike, neither did I.
So a little push here, going to chip it over, and not quite a shot on net, but first time you're seeing Sylvester chase the ball, and she's able to get it at the end of the goalie box, roll it up to Burke. Burke looking to get around and is tripped up, so that's that was a trip. She just was even the North Attleboro player turned upfield. So, but Burke able to get right back up and push the ball upfield. So good. Here we go. Collins looking to beat one player. Over to Cervase. Cervase back to Collins. Collins has one to beat. Looking for the turn, and
Corner.
Summer Doherty was able to come in and just save what could have been an opportunity for Foxborough. Jordan Collins looked to have her player beat, was either going to be able to cross that ball or take the shot, and Summer Doherty just was able to sprint in and chip the ball out. So now it's going to be a corner kick. We look at Cervase over to McCabe. McCabe's trying to cross the ball. The corner kick came in a little hard, so McCabe had to kind of sprint out to meet it. Now it's going to be another corner kick. North Attleboro defending kicked it out of bounds on the baseline. So we got Cervase and McCabe again. We just set up a corner kick.
I think they're doing that on purpose, Mike. Same thing. It was.
I think you're right. They might be trying to squirt it out and see if she can get a shot opportunity, but it's not working. Unfortunately, the North Attleboro defenders have been able to swoop in, and Braden Rice has been able to swoop in there and break it up each time. And again, just broke up the inbound. So Braden Rice again with the good heads-up play of knocking it out of bounds. So Foxborough once again with an inbounds. Threatening down in the territory. Megan Burke with a great crossover to Ferguson. Ferguson just not able to quite get control and get her foot on it. Shoots out to the middle of the field to Emma Pratt, and it looks like we're going to have a push on North Attleboro.
I'd assume this is a direct kick, so I think Kaylee's going to take it.
McCabe, it is going to be a direct kick. We have Cervase is going to back away, and it's going to be allowed for a direct kick. Now, you're not able to do the walls anymore,
right?
Ellen. So you used to see them line up in a wall, even lock hands sometimes, but now they have to space out. But they're actually allowing to bunch up more than we've seen in other games.
Right.
So, but they've been very adamant about the no walls, all with the new COVID rules. So.
Mr. Kaiser with a new ball for Kaylee. Hopefully it's a lucky ball.
As you had said, Mr. Kaiser here has been working very hard all season without ball girls, and he's up and down that sideline. So a big thank you and a big shout out.
He's our ball girl.
So McCabe with the direct kick. Nice save by Maddie Farron. Grace Ferguson fighting in the middle. So going to shoot out. Emma Dahl's there to keep the ball in bounds and push it upfield. Emma Dahl playing really well today on that far side. Some good heads up. Her and Resnick playing well off of each other.
Yep.
As well as with Malika, Dahl and Malika. So it's about 2.5 minutes left in the third quarter. So get another substitution for North Attleboro.
They used to have Megan and Caitlin on the same side, and they switched Megan, I think last week.
I think you're right, yes. Yep.
To the left side, which she normally doesn't play. I think Emma is doing a great job with Caitlin, and Caitlin's the type of player who wants that defender coming in and helping out, and if she's got that through way, she lets you have it.
I hadn't even picked that up, so that was a good pickup. I didn't realize they had switched the sides. I actually like the combination because Megan and Cervase have been working together really well as well on this side. So
right, yep. And Ashlyn is a lefty, so she's strong on that left side.
Speaking of, Ashland right now
Yep.
looking to chip it up to McCabe, who's just ahead of her. So we're with under 2 in the third quarter here. It's a 1-0 Foxborough game. Low scoring, obviously. So North Attleboro with not a lot of opportunities at goal. And Foxborough just, again, not really finding the back of the net today. So Siobhan Weir trying to push the ball up to Maggie O'Brien on that left side, but just chipped it ahead of her, and now it's going to be an inbounds for Foxborough. So dial over to Resnick in the middle. Resnick looking to push it up to Malika, and North Attleboro players able to scoop it up. And to Joe Carmen, nice soft touch over to Burke on the side. Burke coming back to the middle for Ferguson. So Malika swooping back, try to grab the ball. Collins
It's a
is there.
great job putting pressure on her so that we could take the ball back.
So Emma Dahl there for the rebound, taking her time. Great field awareness. Great job by Emma Dahl setting up the pass to push the ball forward. So North Attleboro is getting to the ball, but they're not able to clear it. So Foxborough is just getting in, scooping the ball, but not pushing it up yet.
Having a hard time getting through that wall there.
They are. So it's that defensive set of North Attleboro has been able to keep them out of that goalie box, really. So Foxborough's played most of this game between midfield and probably about the 10-15 yard line of the North Attleboro side. So Dahl with the inbounds on the far side. Pushing it up to Malika has a Maggie O'Brien was on her back, and it's going to be the end of the third quarter. So we're 1-0 end of the third quarter with Foxborough. Foxborough once again maintaining control and possession, Ellen. They've been controlling possession of the game, and if they can tighten up the passes, North Attleboro is able to get in and intercept the pass and chip it upfield, and it kind of resets and starts over. So we'll be switching ends once again, so that'll be Morgan Sylvester will go to the other side of the field, and I'm assuming Maddie Ferrin will come back out again for North Attleboro. So both teams, I will say, athletically, they both match up pretty well. The North Attleboro is a fast team. They spread the field well. They hold their position well. There's just they don't seem to have a striker up top that's able to break through and get the shot off. But that probably speaks more to the defense of Foxborough, I would say, because you have, again, when you have Megan Burke, Lindsay Resnick, Emma Dahl back there just as a three flat back protecting. If you watch them, they hold their positions, but they also they realize that if, say, Lindsay Resnick goes far side to help out Emma, Megan Burke will slide to the middle. She'll cover as much field as possible. And they all do that, and that is so important because you cannot leave that big gaping hole in the field, Ellen.
Right. Yep. And the same as if it's on Megan's side, Emma comes over. So and JoJo's done a nice job, keeping the ball on the other side of the 50.
And it frees her up, to your point earlier, where she's aggressive. So I wonder, Lindsay Resnick being young and stepping in now to this starting full role, what we don't get or see up here is what are her leadership quality skills? Does she do that, or is it, say, Megan Burke or Emma Dahl, who's a senior? We don't know, but I do know. Back when it was Alex Tomas, when she was back there, she was very vocal, very intense. And those girls, when you have someone like that back there, and my guess is it has to be one of those three, because somebody is keeping that system in place and running selflessly, and that's the key. That's key. Yeah. And to not know who it is actually speaks to the chemistry that they seem to have. So that's
I was going to say it could be all three. Who knows?
Very possible, but it's the chemistry of that is fantastic to see them there. All three seem very selfless. They're not, they'll help each other out. They'll step up when they need to. They'll step back when they don't. So it's a nice chemistry building now that we know that there's going to be playoffs as well. So
right.
So North Attleboro with possession in the fourth, start of the fourth, and North Attleboro looking to see if they can tie this up.
So Caroline Rongioni is in for Erin Foley at forward.
Rongioni back up at forward. Foxborough looking to see if they can open up this lead a little bit, and North Attleboro seeing if they can tie it. So I think Foxborough does not want to come out of this with the tie, Ellen. There's just, like you said, it's a tight race. They have 2 ties against Oliver Ames, and Canton is undefeated.
Yeah, we can't come out with the tie.
They really need these wins.
Yep.
So it looks like it's going to be
a handball.
Yep. Yes, correct. Handball on Tess Collins, I believe. It's unintentional. She was jumping up to try to keep the ball in. So we got Caitlin Mollica who's going to be chipping right up the middle, looking for a through ball, and I hate to say this, but it looked like they weren't ready for that through ball. I think Caitlin Mollica had the right idea because Rangione and Collins had North Attleboro's defense split physically, and then Collins laid it right up. Mollica laid it right in, and nobody was there to take advantage. Kaylee McCabe looking for it's going to be offsides. Caitlin Mollica looking for a nice through pass, a little ahead of her.
It's the first offside this game.
Yes, yeah. That's another thing is you know what? I haven't seen a lot of offsides on this Foxborough team the whole season, which is great. That's another.
I think I can count them on one hand.
Right, and that's a great attribute for a team to have that heads up. So Kaylee McCabe looking to free up, looking for Collins up front, and broken up by number 11, Clara Giuliano, was able to come in and break it up. So it was a great play by Giuliano because you had McCabe coming up, you had Mollica, Collins, Rangione. That could have been a huge opportunity for Foxborough. So great defensive play.
Oh, it also looks like Peyton Feldman came in for Megan Burke. Peyton Feldman is in on the left-hand side.
On the far side, number 4. Peyton Jr. as well. So ball shooting out to McCabe. McCabe looking for Rangione on the far side. She had the near side over to Collins. Great pass by Rangione, and let's see what they call here. Jordan Collins is going to get frustrated. That was it's like the player just rolled in front of her. I think it was number 7. It's the same one who tripped up Megan Burke. So Charlotte Moynihan, and that was just kind of rolled. Broken opportunity up for Collins. It was a great pass by Rangione. So it was McCabe to Rangione. Rangione over to Collins, and then Collins was just physically tripped up, which speaks to her frustration earlier. So back over, looking for Collins in the middle, and Collins this time they're going to call it on Collins. Number 7 came in again, right on Collins. This time Collins pushed her, and this is where Jordan needs to keep her cool. She needs to not get frustrated. They play her physical, they always do, and she needs to keep it. It's not easy. It's a very difficult thing to do. So it's going to be North Attleboro coming out. So Steph McKenna, nice soft touch over to Adams, back to McKenna. Adams stays wide. Adams is open on the left here. Tess Collins just not able to capitalize. Nice little chip up, easily saved by Morgan Sylvester. Morgan taking her time, pushing it up here. It's going to chip it up.
I think that's
right
one of their first good advantages right there.
In the middle, Collins looking for Mollica on the far. Mollica sprinting ahead in a foot race with Jordan Sullivan, and
nice shot.
Tries to cross it over, and Maddie Ferrin's able to scoop up the save. So chipping the ball back. Carmen in the middle looking for it. Ferguson. Lindsay Resnick with the great defense pushing it to the middle. Ferguson looking to control. Emma Dahl coming up and pushing it up to Mollica. Mollica looking back for Rangione, but just the pass was behind Rangione, but you could see what it was shaping up.
Not sure if she was thinking Emma was coming, and maybe Emma would.
Ball goes back to the middle. Rangione's trying to chase it down. Kind of spun her around, jumped behind her. So we got Cervase on the far side trying to push the ball up here. Collins coming over looking for an opening, and Collins is able to break up on the left here, and she's looking, and it was able to save it. So I think number 14 Manning was able to come in and just disrupted enough, and then another save by Maddie Ferrin. So Feldman and Cervase coming, and they push it out. So you got Ferguson in the middle, pushing it over to Cervase. Cervase with 3 white shirts, just taking her time. They were able to get it. So Feldman takes her time, controls the ball, pushes it back up to Cervase. Cervase chipping it out to the middle of the field. So it's Rangione, Collins are fighting with Clara Giuliano, and Giuliano comes out with the ball. So Jordan Carmen's trying to take a chip shot from the 35, easy save for Maddie Ferrin. Right from the goal kick to the middle of the field. Grace Ferguson there to receive. Grace comes back in, chips the ball away. Jordan Collins. Jordan looking for Rongione. Broken up by North Attleboro defense. Ferguson, nice soft touch over to Malika on the far right. Malika's a little deep, looking across it. Doesn't quite have the angle. And number 5, Summer Darty's able to come in and just kick the ball out. So it's going to be a corner kick for Foxborough. So we have Malika and Dahl in the corner, looking to set up for the corner kick. Collins in front of the net. Rongione on the near post.
Nice move by Caitlin.
Malika pushing it over, looking to get it out, and Collins just not able to, trying to get her chest on it and bump it in. Not able to use her head, so she's trying to do whatever she can. The ball was shoulders high, so it was a good opportunity, but just not quite able to get to it.
Nice move by Caitlin to get around the defender, though.
So Ferguson once again in the middle. Getting the ball over to Feldman, and just didn't have enough on the pass. It was chipped over by North Attleboro. So Resnick in the middle, battling a little bit with Tess Collins, and now it's Foxborough pushing the ball upfield. McCabe over to Cervase. And Charlotte Moynihan able to come in and kick it out. It's going to be a Foxborough possession inbounds on the far side. Just over 13 minutes left in the game. 1-0 Foxborough in the fourth. Ball up the middle, and Rongione is with the player on her back. She's trying to push upfield, so it was Katie Manning putting a lot of pressure on her. Emma Dahl over to Resnick in the middle. Resnick looking for Cervase on the side. He's able to get it over. We have McCabe on the far side. Looking to get around, picking her head up, seeing who's in the middle. Gets Ferguson's open. Cervase comes in. Cervase with the ball.
Wow.
Cervase and Cervase taken out in the goalie box, but no call.
This is the third time now.
Yep.
Jordan twice, Ashlyn once. I mean, you got to start calling one.
I think I have seen this season they're reluctant to call much in the boxes. Honestly, notice that with all the games, both sides too.
I would appreciate it, but I mean, when you're taking girls down like that.
Well, you just worry. You just hope they don't. You see they're not getting called. You hope nobody gets hurt.
Right.
It's definitely playing the body, but they've saved some goals doing it. So Cervase chipping the ball back up. Just a little. Nobody really there to receive. Feldman comes in, gets it. McCabe on the far side. Looking to keep the ball up to Collins. Great job up to Collins. You got Rongione in the middle. Collins sweeping to the far corner. And it's going to be a Foxborough possession. So let's see this again. So we're going to come back in. So Cervase coming in. Number 14 comes in, and you can just see she just
Straight at her.
you try to give benefit of the doubt, but it looked like she was playing the body more than the ball on that one.
It was all body.
Going to be impartial, Miss Burke.
Yes.
So Kaylee McCabe sweeping through, looking for the kick, and Maddie Farron's able to save. So Maddie Farron with the save, chipping the ball out. Pushed it up to Steph McKenna, and Emma Dahl is right on her heels. I think McKenna felt the pressure from Dahl and just kind of kicked it out of bounds. So it's going to be Foxborough possession coming in. McKenna and Adams for North Attleboro over here looking to keep the ball forward. So Lindsay Resnick with Emma Dahl. Emma Dahl taking her time, working the ball, looking for an open player. He finds Colin up top. Colin's got a foot race. With number 5, ball's chipped over. It's going to be Foxborough inbounding from the near side. So number 5, Summer Darty, was able to get ahead of Collins and chip the ball out. So great defensive play for her. So Rongione looking to get through, but play was broken up by Katie Manning of North Attleboro. Lindsay Resnick coming back for the defend, and Emma Dahl battling Lily Adams for possession. Pushes it up to Malika. It's going to be Malika inbouncing at about midfield. So Dahl over to Malika. Malika looking to chip up to Collins. Collins with the ball. Collins looking for McCabe. Great through ball by Collins. Fantastic. 3 defenders in the middle, but McCabe fighting for possession, and North Attleboro is able to push the ball away. Great play by Collins. Unfortunately, they just had 3 back. So that's going to be Jordan Carmen coming in with the hip. That's another dangerous play. Jordan Carmen coming in with Clara Giuliano. You be careful on those. Looking to get the ball. We don't want to see anyone get hurt on them.
No, we do not.
So Lily Adams on the near side, chasing the ball down, looking to cross it over. And Lindsay
Good
Resnick's
job.
there to defend and chip the ball away.
Good job by Lindsay getting her out of there.
So it looks like we're going to have a substitution. 5 subs coming in for North Attleboro, so we're going to sub out quite a bit here.
14,
So you got
12,
McKenna,
21,
Adams,
2,
Manning,
O'Brien.
Tess Collins. So inbounds on the near side for North Attleboro. North Attleboro going to push the ball up. They're down in the Foxborough end. See if they're able to take advantage of their field opportunity here. So chipping the ball up. Jordan Carmen's in there to defend. Chip it up to Jordan Collins. The lone blue shirt up top. McCabe comes in from behind, trying to grab possession.
Fighting for it.
Fighting off Clara Giuliano. And North Attleboro able to come away with the ball. So you have Cervase coming in, and
Alyssa Vandenboom is in at midi.
Charlotte
Center mid.
Moynihan's able to push the ball out here up the field. So Moynihan's working very hard for North Attleboro to keep that ball out today. So
Good job by
doing a
Jordan
good job.
Collins
So Jordan
right
Collins
there.
pushing it to the far side. You get Caitlin Malika coming up. Rongione in the middle. Collins trying to get around and put the ball out for Rongione. Right idea, but Maddie Farron was able to come out and scoop it up. So we have about 8 minutes left in the game here. It's still a 1-0 Foxborough game. Starting to get a little push at Steph McKenna's back in. We thought she subbed out, but it looks like she's back on the field. Jordan Sullivan and Rongione fighting, and Rongione able to come away with the ball. So Malika trying to push up. Gets the deflection, picks the ball back up, looking to cross it. Rongione, handball, but no call. So it's going to be an inbounds for Foxborough at about the 40, 45-yard line. North Attleboro side. Foxborough coaches don't look too worried over there as we see them bundled up for midwinter. So Emma Dahl looking for Malika, actually over to Vandenboom in the middle.
Much
Vandenboom
chillier
back
today.
to Resnick. Definitely did drop. And she said, Ellen, no one's wearing the Under Armour. I think there weren't, except for Malika, but a lot of them quite weren't sure what the weather was going to be.
I think you're right.
So Malika battling in the corner here, and it looks like it's going to be a
Corner kick.
Yeah, they're calling the corner.
They are.
All right. So Malika and Brooke Sullivan battling in the corner, and Foxborough comes away with the corner kick possession. So now we've got a little setup here. Resnick has some time, and she's going to chip it up to the middle. And number 7, Charlotte Moynihan's able to chip the ball out.
Nice move by Ashlyn Cervase.
So Cervase trying to push, and Moynihan's there to defend. So Moynihan's really starting to, quietly was having a good game. Now you're starting to really see her step up. She seems to be everywhere the ball is on the defensive end for North Attleboro.
I think they're calling a push
looking like
either
a push
on Alyssa or Kaylee.
Well, it's going to be a push on Foxborough, so it's going to be a North Attleboro possession indirect coming up. 6 minutes left in the game. Chip up, Jordan Carmen's coming up, shoots out to meet the ball. She's trying to push upfield. She has Collins and Rongione.
A lot of room.
Collins in the far end, chasing down with Summer Doherty, and Summer Doherty's able to break up the play. It's tough. It looked like who was going to get there first, and Jordan Collins kind of shot out ahead. Was able to get to the ball, but then Doherty was able to come in and just get her foot on it. Nice little defending save. So that
nice.
was Peyton Feldman into McCabe, over to Collins, chipping it to the middle. And now let's see who gets settled the ball. Emma Dahl's taking a little chip shot out from the 30. And it's going to be a
wide left.
Wide left of the goal. It's going to be a goal kick coming back in.
Kaylee wanting to head the ball there.
Once again, right? And having to pull back.
Yep.
So Peyton Feldman there to receive. Kaylee McCabe chipping the ball
nice.
over to Collins. Great give and go there. So McCabe looking to push it up. A lot of white shirts. Finds Malika on the far side. Malika looking to cross it, and nice save, Maddie Farron.
Good try.
So great teamwork between Collins and McCabe on that far side. Quick give and go. McCabe finds Malika on the near side, and Malika gets a shot off and a save by Ferrin, but that was just a great setup on their part.
I think Foxborough today is looking very much like a team.
I agree. You're starting to see a lot more of the give and go, a lot more passing.
I think that'll be a corner, yep.
It's going to be a corner, yes, yep. But you're right, Ellen. We're starting to see it. They're just not getting the shots up, not finding the back of the net today. But I think you're right. There's a lot of positives we're starting to see today. So
yeah.
maybe the promise of a postseason is. And I say that somewhat sarcastically, but it's the truth. When these girls just thought it was going to be a shortened season, Ellen, and now thankfully they're hearing there's going to be a playoff. So, nice try by McCabe. That ball came in up high and kicked it right out of the air, but just over the goal.
We're in the last 5 minutes also.
Last 5 minutes of the game.
4.5 at least.
Another substitution by North Attleboro. McKenna's coming out. In comes Tess Collins. Both top scorers right now in the Hawk, so they're just switching sides. So
a little bit
Malika
of a push
kind of
by
running
Caitlin.
right up the back, a little push. So it's going to be that was on for Brooke Sullivan. It's going to be an indirect coming out for North Attleboro.
You know, I don't. Oh, okay. I don't mind seeing this because we have to play them again on Wednesday. And after the couple of pushes we've had, we need to just show them that we can be physical also. So
McCabe looking to push pressure upfield. Coming in, looking for Rongione in the middle. And we have Cervase coming in, scooping it out. And now we have Feldman looking to push it forward. So it's going to be North Attleboro coming out on the far side. So, yeah, you're right. And especially, I mean, this Davenport division, I can't speak for the other, we don't watch them, but they're all Oliver Ames is a physical team. Canton's, who we haven't played yet, but they're known to be physical. Foxboro's physical, so you're right, Ellen. It's definitely, these girls come to play, and they all want to come out on top with the win. It's going to be a goal kick for coming out of Foxborough and Morgan Sylvester.
I didn't see that coming.
Sylvester over to Dahl. Didn't see what coming.
Morgan just little pass to Emma.
She does that once in a while. She'll roll the ball. Again, that's to maintain the possession.
Yep.
So I this one thing I really like about Sylvester. She'll take her time when she gets her hand on the ball. She takes her time.
Yep.
She doesn't just quickly punt it to nowhere. She looks. If she has an outlet like she did there with Emma Dahl, she'll roll it out. She'll kick it out. She'll pass it. If she doesn't, she'll kick it up to midfield just to clear the ball. And as we spoke earlier, when you have wings like Megan Burke and Emma Dahl back there, both tough, hard, smart players, why not use them?
We only have about 2 minutes left, and a nice play by Alyssa Vandenboom.
It's going to be inbounds, Foxborough on the far side. Game winding down here against North Attleboro versus Foxborough. Foxborough has maintained most of the possession in this game and has probably put the most pressure on, but North Attleboro has kept them out of the goal. It's a 1-0 game, and you have to give credit here to North Attleboro for maintaining their defensive stance with all this pressure. So it's like Feldman and then McPratt got tangled up there.
Yep.
So it's going to be a North Attleboro possession. They're going to call a push on Feldman.
I believe so.
All right, so we're winding the game down here, and
About a minute left.
the North Attleboro possession coming, indirect kick.
It's a nice kick. Handball?
It's going to be a dangerous kick on North Attleboro.
Okay.
Jordan Carmen was coming up to
Yep.
try to get the ball with her chest, and I believe it was Siobhan Ware. She just had a dangerous kick.
Game over.
That's game.
Game over.
Foxborough with the 1-0 win today. against North Attleboro. So they'll be seeing them Wednesday night in North Attleboro.
6 o'clock.
For the second match, it'll be 6 o'clock at night. And so it was a great game by Foxborough. You started to see some really good combinations of passing, some great possession. Again, just seemed to be strong. I know it was a 9-0 against Stoughton last week, but they've had spurts in the games where they're having trouble finding the back of the net, Ellen. So today, even though they weren't finding the back of the net, we saw some really good teamwork and some opportunities up top.
I mean, phenomenal passing. You're right. I mean, they gelled. They played like a team. So
they can keep that because next week's against Canton. Yep. Canton, who's undefeated,
but who's playing Oliver Ames today?
They're playing Oliver Ames today.
On Wednesday.
So, we really, like you said, all these games are important. All these games count right now for Foxborough because now that there's a postseason and they're in third place, they really need to record every win and get into that postseason. Especially last year where they came up short. Holliston was able to take the whole thing, and they went in. I believe they were the number 1 seed. And they just came up just short of the state title, which there won't be a state title this year, but
it'll be a Hawk title.
It'll be a Hawk title.
It's going to be a Hawk title.
Yes.
So
hopefully a little motivation going into these last 3 games.
Right.
So if you could beat Canton, then Canton takes a loss, you gain a win. That's a big swing.
Exactly. Yep.
So hopefully the girls will be ready for that. So another great soccer match here on the pitch, Foxborough girls against North Attleboro, so hopefully to see the same on Wednesday night. From Foxborough end, hope for the same result. I'm sure North Attleboro is looking for the win, but it's again going into a great week here. We have 3 girls on the leaderboard from Foxborough, 3 girls on the leaderboard from North Attleboro, and just it ended up being more of a defensive game than an offensive battle at times here, Ellen. So really appreciate everybody tuning in and supporting these girls through this changed, strange season with these inbounds and the masks on. Again, I can't say enough about watching these girls run around for an entire game with a mask on their face.
Right.
So to their credit, they're just out there still giving it everything they have.
And thanks to Foxborough Cable for filming all of these games for us so that people at home can watch these fabulous games. We really appreciate it.
Absolutely. Looking at Mike down there with his coffee cup. I haven't seen him lift the coffee cup yet, though, so I don't know.
He's too busy up and down.
That thing's got to be cold. Somebody get him a Yeti Warrior on it. Keep it warm. So
good idea.
But, appreciate everybody tuning in, and hopefully everybody has a good night tomorrow and tunes in to see Wednesday night's game. So hopefully another win for Foxborough and just keep on pushing toward the end of the season here.
6 o'clock game Wednesday.
Have a good night, all.
Ah!